Hello, everyone. Welcome to a cryptic crossword. I just felt like doing one of these today. And we're now, as you know, dipping back to the New York Times archive. We've made it back to 2015 now. They go on for quite a while, so we should be okay. Anyway, first one for 2015 is February 1st. I guess I could start doing them in reverse chronological order. Why not? We'll do the November 22nd one instead. It feels a little silly to go backwards through years but forward through months. Maybe I'll remember to do it this way in the future. Anyway, November 22nd. Sunday. So a reminder, if you're not used to cryptic crosswords, each clue gives you the answer two different ways. Once as an oblique definition and once as some wordplay. There's an invisible divider somewhere in the clue that splits the clue in half. You have to figure out which side is which and where the division is and work out the answer. For starters, some Christmas trees. First of all, some Christmas trees are firs, and things which will be cut down are slated to fall. Yes, very good. It helped a lot to have 523 here, telling you it's three words, a 5-letter word, 2-letter word, and a 3-letter word. I saw some Christmas trees were firs, and I was trying to think how that could relate to the rest of the clue, and I was like, oh yeah, for starters, first, and then the rest kind of makes sense. That woman's a major goddess. It'll be Hera. Major goddess. Hera is a major goddess after all. That's the definition. The wordplay. That woman's a. Her a is an a belonging to that woman. And by the way, I almost never finish these puzzles without needing any help, but I can get pretty far through them eventually over the course of an hour and a bit. And then eventually I give in and ask for help. I've solved a couple in my life without help, but not many. Dump truck making PBS speechless with amazement. Well, some speechless with amazement kind of sounds like odd. No. Awestruck? It's so close. Because I see a truck here, right? A dump truck. Or a truck, anyway. And speechless with amazement is awestruck. Maybe there's a dumbstruck. Yes. Okay, let's figure this out. So, I mean, speechless with amazement is dumbstruck. Dump truck. I see a truck here. I don't quite understand what dump has to do with it. Ah, I see. If you took the phrase dump truck and you made the P into a BS, dump truck making PBS, making P BS, you would replace the P with BS and end up with dumbstruck. Very cool. ID of mongrel? Well, that'll be Fido, I'm sure. I'm not totally sure why yet. I mean, it's got a question mark, which means they can kind of play with the rules. It's not always exactly a single divider. And I noticed, like, an ID of... Ah! Oh, that's cute. Shouldn't this have an exclamation point rather than a question mark, actually? Because the whole thing is both the clue, is both the wordplay and the definition. An ID of a mongrel, i.e. a pet's name, could be Fido. And if you took id of and kind of made it a mongrel by mixing it all up, you could end up with Fido, IDOF, but in a different order. I thought exclamation point was supposed to mean that they've done that. Oh well. Frost poem recited, surely that's a rhyme? Yes. Frost is rhymey. They're not exactly the same, but they're very similar in meaning. And if someone Recited, as in read aloud, a synonym for poem, rhyme. You might think they were saying rhyme. Drunkard bests drunkard in retrospect. Now, in retrospect, looks like something's backward. And a backwards drunkard would be a sot. Or drunkard is a sot, so backwards it would be toss. Drunkard bests. Toss. Toss. I can't think of another, like... Yeah, I'm not sure what bests really means here. It should mean, like, defeats, but it doesn't have to be. I don't know. Good planning for location in the sound. So in the sound probably is a mishearing indicator. Probably. Something good could be fortuitous or fortunate. So good could be fortunate. And then planning for location in the sound would be the wordplay. But I don't think this is right. You can't fit fortuitous. There's some way that something could be in, like a word for sound could be wrapped around a word for, like, location or something. I don't know. I'll leave this in just in case it's right. We'll probably end up erasing it. But it might give me some ideas for the crosses if it's partially right. Tied car adornment back. Decal backwards is laced, which means tied. And a car adornment is a decal. I guess we're over here, right? Kiss the actor who played Atticus Finch. This is tough because I don't know who played Atticus Finch. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean this is the definition, because if it were, like, wouldn't be, like, kiss the definition, and there's not really any wordplay. Certainly it's possible for the wordplay to just be another definition. That happens. You have two definitions. I can't think of a great four-letter word for kiss either, though, right? Like, a butt, two things that are sort of shapes that are kissing in, like, geometry are abutting, for example. But I don't think there was... I mean, there probably isn't someone named Abbott who played Atticus Finch. I don't know. Cursing the evaluation of a CEO? This is too hard of a clue to do with no crosses. Or with one, even one. Oh, wait, is it executing? No. Yeah, I don't know. Support when clean break is mended. What about... I mean, a support could be a sling. The five-letter word for a support. Not convinced. Nook using audio for some downloads. Now, using audio is probably a mishearing, of course. And, like, Wi-Fi is something you could use for some downloads, but there's no way to mishear that to get something that means Nook, I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah, I don't know. Have the right to take food back from patrons? Deserve is to take food back, and to deserve something is to take the right, or to have a right for that thing, to that thing. You say I'll land in the water. Is this just a sea? In the water could be a sea, right? Is the way that you say I'll land could be interpreted that way? I don't think so. Ah, no. Land in the water is the clue. I'm sorry, the definition. And it's not a verb, it's a noun. An isle is a land in the water. And if you say isle, I might think you were saying isle. I get that these like mishearing clues are kind of silly when I just say the two words, but I try to put them in because they sound the same. Kind of, that's the whole point. But I try to say them in a context where you can understand, right? If you say isle, I might think you were saying isle. Truce arranged and edited for TV is recut, which is a rearrangement of the letters in truce and means edited for TV. Is this really tosspot? It is, isn't it? So a tosspot is kind of another word for drunkard. And if you read this backwards, it goes tops sot, which means beats drunkard, but in retrospect. So what could this be? Like apps? Yes, it's apps. But I don't know how to spell it. I think it's APS. No, wait. Because, okay, APPS are things you can download, right? Some downloads are apps. But also APSE is a Nook. And using audio, you could mishear one as the other. But I don't know which one I meant to write here. Is the clue Nook using audio? As the, like, the wordplay? In which case it should be... I don't know, though. I think, like... Because then what's for about? Like, I think some downloads are apps. And Nook using audio for, you could mishear apps as apps. For I still don't know that one. Rent diner with fuel burner. What is a fuel burner? A gas stove? I don't... Maybe Rent, I suppose, could be an anagram indicator, right? If a word had been rent in, if a phrase had been rent into pieces and put back together, maybe. And I'm noticing diner with is 9 letters. So maybe fuel burner is the definition. And you have to rearrange diner with? I don't see a good way to do that. Yeah. Quality of air conditioning. Aboard boat rental. Quality of air conditioning. Huh. Don't really know how to approach that one. Something that's refreshing to Mr. Cage. Well, Nick Cage is kind of a famous Cage. And that's sort of close to nice. Which sort of means something refreshing, but I don't know what I would do with the last letter. Or how I could explain the E appearing as part of the wordplay. The lead in Hairspray. Oh, this one's come up before, and I don't remember who it is. It might just be the letter H, actually. Changes tops for the beach. Like, changing the top of something can mean to, like, change its letter. Its first letter, maybe. The lead in Hairspray. Wait, I know hair. What the hell is Hairspray? Was that that? I don't know. I guess it's some piece of media that I'm just not familiar with. Changes tops for the beach. I don't know. Yuletide problem for city train riders? City train riders. I mean, a thing that is for city train riders, you might call, like, if this were an English crossword, you could say the tube maybe is for city train riders. But this is the New York Times. And they don't call the subway the tube there. What's a Yuletide? Oh, no, I see. I was kind of focused on, like, there must be some Yuletide problem that I'm, like, not thinking of, but that's not it. Rather, Yuletide is the definition. And problem for city train riders is, I guess, another definition, kind of. Yuletide is Noel, and if you were riding the train specifically in Chicago, it would be a problem for you if there were no L. The L train is Chicago's kind of famous train line. Or train system? I don't know exactly. They're the trains that go above the city streets. Anyway, somewhat fanciful name for a bone. Name for a bone. I mean, it's not how you have to split it, but somewhat. I mean, somewhat, I guess, could be the definition. Then fanciful name for a bone. Like, we could fit a bit here, which is, like, not really tibia. Yeah, I don't know. Crackpot overprices. A feature of Texas. Remember, this was written in 2015, by the way. There won't be any, like, current event stuff about today's Texas. There usually isn't much current event stuff in these anyway at all. But I think I remember some clues where, like, you know, president meant Trump or something like that, right? Can happen. Crackpot overprices. I feel like crackpot is probably the definition, then overprices a feature of Texas. I don't know. Maybe not. What do you call to overprice something? Scalp? Maybe. British nobleman nearly stripped. Well, that's an easy one. It's Earl, which is a British nobleman. Now, if you were to strip the word nearly, you would be left with Earl. Picnic offering in a man's younger days? Don't know. Utter chaos wrecked part of a development. See, for example, they're not talking about a Florida condo here. No current events. Utter chaos. Crash. I don't know. Foolish reliance on luxury craft. I mean, a luxury craft could be, it could end with car here, right? This doesn't seem right. I don't know what's going on there. Husky gets called emotionally exhausted. It almost looks like burnt out, right? Means emotionally exhausted, but that'd be 5-3. You ever think about how, like, we have burned and burnt, right? Two kind of past tenses of burn, and they're both, like, relatively accepted. They have that a lot more in England. Well, actually, they more have the one with the T, where it's less pronounced, right? Burnt. For example, for spell, right? We use past tense spelled. In England, it's spelt. It's just kind of interesting, that's all. Criminally help with a racetrack action. Well, a bet is a racetrack action, and to criminally help with something is to abet it. Liberal studies Tarot's original card suit. Yikes. I mean, a three-letter word ending with E could be the. Tarot's original card. Suit. I mean, is Tarot one of those decks? Like, I know Tarot has like Wheel of Fortune and stuff, but there's also like some old card decks that have like, the ones that the original, or sorry, the modern kind of deck of 52 playing cards with clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades is, I believe, derived from the French playing cards. Um, and they used to have suits like cups and swords and stuff. And probably hearts and spades were already that, and cups and swords turned to clubs and diamonds. I don't know. Anyway, or were any of those in tarot? Probably not, right? I don't know. Where some Tuscans, that's how you say that, right? Are mixing, and I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. Anise? Anise? I think it's anise, right? Oh no. So I bet mixing is the anagram indicator. This is a 5-letter word. And I'm supposed to find a way to rearrange this into, like, a place that you would find Tuscans. And I don't know, like, what any cities in Tuscany are, or what what country Tuscany is in, or whatever. I just know Tuscany is a geographical element. I don't know how big it is, or what composes it, or whatever. Like, is Senia, Sine, are those places in Tuscany? I do not know. Making a comeback. Be very bad. Oh no. Raised money over the radio? Yeah, over the radio should be a mishearing indicator somehow, but the question mark is a little puzzling. Raised money. Like, money over the radio could be, cash is a word for money, but there's no way to mishear that to mean raised, right? This is tough. I did really well in the top left, and then the rest is just totally missed out everywhere, pretty much. I just got all the 4-letter ones after that, basically. I mean, I see forest could fit here, but I don't think that's right. Location. Location. 9 letters. Good planning. Just don't know. Cursing the evaluation of a CEO. Cursing. Where's the definition? Where's the wordplay on this? Right? There doesn't seem to be any good, like, wordplay indicators in there. Like, ugh. Like, share price is the evaluation of a CEO in a way. Maybe it's not how you evaluate a CEO, but how a CEO evaluates something. Like earnings. I don't know. Support. When clean. Break. Ah. What if clean break were to be anagrammed? Like if it were to be mended. When clean break is mended, it could rearrange those letters. Ankle. That's something you could support an ankle. Brace. I bet that works out, right? ANKL. Yeah, ankle brace. I see. Still don't know this. But I have some ideas now, or not some ideas. I have some help for these acrosses. Well, I haven't disproved my theory that I might be rearranging diner with. We have an E and an R. Ah, a tonic. It's something that's refreshing. And to Mr. Cage would be to Nick. Yeah, putting the C at the end really made it more obvious what to do. I knew Nick had to be in there somewhere, but probably a G here. Like this looks like ing, maybe. The evaluate cursing. Like I want cursing to be the definition. I think. And then it could look like this. You know, what's a long way of saying you curse someone? Oh, what a good word. What a good word. Excuse me. I have some yawning to do, and I'm satisfied about this word, so I'm just going to leave you guys hanging for a moment. Do you see it? You might want to pause if you feel smart. Curse is to execrate, and an exec rating is the evaluation of a CEO. Still don't know this one. But I guess I have two letters now. Maybe I could figure out. Yeah, it's peck, right? That's a kiss. Sure. We got a T, so it still could be rent diner, and we have a lot more letters now. This could be a heater? Maybe? Obviously, there's no A in diner with, but a fuel burner, it could be like a gas heater, for example. And a rent is a gash, and a diner, not a place, but a person, is an eater. This G is What the hell do you do with a G here? Location. I don't know. Husky gets called. Emotionally exhausted. Strung out? I'm not sure what that has to do with Husky getting called emotionally exhausted, but it fits. Well, what it has to do with the Husky. But it does kind of mean emotionally exhausted, and it fits with the N and the S we have. Aha. I think I'm getting it. Yes, this is right. This is right. Because a husky, not a dog, but husky the adjective means stout, STOUT, and it gets, i.e. has put in the middle of it, called, rung. You rung someone, you called them, perhaps. Well, you rang them. The tenses aren't quite right, but there is a tense where that works. And the whole thing, emotionally exhausted, means is strung out. Still don't really know what this is all about at all, really. Well, this is really looking like the. Liberal studies. The arts? Those are liberal studies. Oh no, I bet that is right. I don't quite get it yet. Oh, so sneaky, these cryptic clues, man. Tarot's original, i.e. the original slash first letter in tarot, is just T. And then after that we have a card suit, hearts. I was having trouble taking apart the pieces that seemed atomic to me, but that's something you have to do all the time in cryptics, is try to find ways to dice the clues up so that they fit together in the words in the clue fit together in surprising ways. Don't let them trick you with their pacing. The arts. I was also thinking of like studies as a verb, not a noun, so it didn't occur to me to try the arts until I really knew the was there, and then it sort of made some sense. Crackpot. Overprices. I don't know. Picnic offering. In a man's younger days. Well, a man's younger days are, boyhood or something like that, right? Or just childhood in general. Picnic offering. Or it could just be picnic and then offering in a man's younger days. Maybe some kind of snack? The 5-letter word, right? It's sort of related to picnic, but not very. There's a few ways this could work out. I don't know. It seems pretty bad. Maybe craft is the definition. And then we could have like a foolish reliance on luxury. Like it could be placed above a word meaning luxury or something like that. Not really sure how. I really want this word. It's only going to give me one cross, but I feel like I should be able to get it. Fire. Good planning. Foresight. I was trying to think of homophones for four, and I realized four is one of them, right? And then suddenly, oh, of course, good planning is foresight, and sight sounds like site, a location, right? Okay, is this T gonna help? Well, this has got to be an E or an O, right? Probably an E. It's probably not another heater, but it could be a cedar, maybe? No. There's a blank between the A and the T. A board boat. Rental. A rental is a loaner. What's a word for a crackpot? Or even a two-word phrase for a crackpot? Um, there's like a loon as a crackpot. Overprices. Overprices. What's a feature of Texas? Maybe a river? How about the Rio Grande? But even if I put RIO here, I can't put A, like a Rio Grande. I guess overprices is 10 letters, isn't it? So maybe I should just be anagramming this and make it like a crackpot. Yeah, there is some river here, isn't there? That I've had to look up before. So let me just load up my little text editor here. And we have overpriced, and we have O River. So what's left? We've used OVER. We still have a P. We have we've used both R's actually. We've used the I. We have CES. Those are the leftover letters. The Pecos, I remember now. Yes, I've seen that before. Okay. Pecos River. That I learned that only from Cryptics. A river in Texas. And now we have this mixing anise here. We at least know there's an E here. But I still don't really know how to spell it. Okay, how about this V? This should be pretty good. Making a comeback. Be very bad. Evil. It's evil, right? Why is it evil? So, if you took the word live, which can mean be, and had it make a comeback, it would be spelled like that. And very bad is evil. Okay. Salad. Could be a picnic offering. As a lad. Is in a man's younger days. But what do you put up here? What's a kind of salad you could have at a picnic? Well, and picnic offering. Here's the thing about that. If we said picnic offering was the definition, then in a man's younger days would be the wordplay. I guess there's a question mark here. They can mess with us. Offering could be part of both or something like that. A lot of question marks in today's puzzle. I don't know what other kinds of salad you can get. There's no such thing as like a torta salad. I mean, okay, it might help to remember that this letter has to be A, I, S, or N. What if we did that? Pasta salad? That's a thing. That exists, right? Passed as a lad. Okay, yes, sure. Raised money over the radio? Oh. Ugh. You guys are gonna make me throw up bread. Um, this again, more question marks. I believe the question mark here means that um, this is kind of like a double definition, but with word mishearing applying to both halves. So money can be called bread with an A, and raised, like bread is also raised like yeasty, right? So this somehow all comes together to make bread, although I still don't totally understand what they're getting at with the clue. What else could you rent? A house, a suit, obviously a car. There's a lot of things you could rent. Air conditioning is just killing me. Ah, you know what? It's not a guarantee, but there's probably an S here. Because this thing here like is changes tops for the beach, and so it's kind of like a wants to end with an S to have that verb be match tense. And then like how many ways can you do this? Theata or Sienna rather, or Snaia. Sienna is clearly better, right? I didn't know you could spell Sienna with one N, but okay, fine. Probably just means some like it's a place instead of being a color and a Toyota brand model. This corner over here, I would love to get just in here a little bit. Oh! Utter chaos is 10 letters. If you wrecked it, it would be rearranging those letters somehow. We have an R and an E. And then we have like, it should mean part of a development. It's still by no means solved, but at least I understand the clue now. Let's go look at this for a bit. So we have remaining this, and it's supposed to mean part of a development. It's not architecture, but ARCH could be something, I guess. If we use that, we would have remaining TTUTTOS. Like that. Well, this is awful. Right? I don't like this at all. Arch Stouty. Okay. What else could we do? We could put a T in front, I guess. Otherwise, it's likely it could be a T or a C in front. Then it could be a vowel. Otherwise, it's a vowel. Can't really put an H or an S up there, right? That's something at least. This doesn't seem like that promising. It could still be right. What if we put a C at the front? Crash. Crust. What goes before that E? It kind of has to be an S or a T, doesn't it? I mean, there are universes where it could be like, oh, it could be a C, of course. And like an H is possible, but unlikely. If it were like, heartache or something, you could end with HE. We have the letters for ache. Actually, I mean, let's try that idea. What if we just put ache in there? It doesn't seem like that great. Trout's ache. That's what I always get when I'm developing. Damn trout starts aching. What about some kind of stat? I don't think that's right. Excuse me, these should be uppercase. Or to stash. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And neither does ache, really. So you put an S there. Part of a development, right? Yeah. A development. What is a development exactly? It could be like a building. It could be, part of a news story. Puberty, so kind of development. Even teaching, it's just in general a development. This one's killing me. Like, I'm good at anagrams, I think. I'm not like a world record holder or anything, but I'm generally into letters, words, and language. And so when I can't get one, I'm always a little bit sad. But I don't really see what's going on here. I mean, we could just put this into an online anagram solver, and I'm sure we would have the answer in a second. Trace? Maybe we could start with trace. Oh, I can't do that. But maybe a tract? In a way? That's not very good. Tract house? Actually, it could be. Maybe there is such a thing. Maybe it ends with house. Maybe there's such a thing as a tract house that I just don't know about. So I can't see any other way to rearrange the letters if you like. You fill house in. And you're left with this. Really, tract is the only way you can do this, right? I think it's probably a tract house. I don't know quite what it means, but like you can imagine a development of some kind that's just like a bunch of houses in a row in a tract, right? And then a part of that development would be a single tract house. I'm gonna fill that one in. Also, it is 5-5, which works. I forgot about that. Cool Ardor? Cool Anter? I don't know, how about this U? Ulna. Oh, is it? And Ulna is a name for a bone. Are you just... Oh, no, I see. Somewhat is saying take some of the letters from fanciful name for a, and in a row you get ulna, which is a bone. Okay, well that confirms tract house nicely. The lead in Hairspray, okay, we got an H here. I guess I could have also tried putting an H in to help the anagramming. Because I guessed it might start with H. Changes tops. I don't know. Well, this will be some kind of liner in the craft, right? Ocean liner is a craft? Oh no, is reliance on 10 letters? Is that what I was supposed to get? It is. Foolish is the anagram indicator for reliance on, which you rearrange to be ocean liner, which is a kind of luxury craft. There's only 2 clues left. I would really love to get them both. Hellness? That's a person's name. But I don't understand what it has to do with tops for the beach or changes tops or for the beach or anything like that. Helpers? Hole? What about this? Quality of air conditioning. Character. That's a quality of something. And air conditioning, AC, is aboard a boat rental, i.e. in the middle of charter. So it's really just this one clue. And I'm quite certain all the rest are right. Right? That's the nice thing about a cryptic. You get the clue twice. Oh, okay. This one could be wrong. We just sort of guessed on that S. There could be an N here, or an I, maybe. Anyway, you get given the clue twice, so once you get it once, you can double check that you're right. Isena? I don't know. Ending with an I would be pretty surprising, right? There are some things for the beats that end with I's, but I don't think any of them start with an H. Changes tops. That's what's bugging me. What the hell is that? Like, I want changes to be like tops 4 is supposed to change. Anagram tops 4. We clearly don't have that. Halters? Those are tops for the beach. Can I prove that's right somehow? Well, probably I would have to know the lead in Hairspray. I got it. It took a little more than an hour. The timer was paused when we were anagramming. I mean, I guess you can tell it's been an hour 7, so. But okay, I got another one. So who is this? What is this? Changes tops. So probably Walters or something is the lead in Hairspray. How do I? Who played the lead in Hairspray? Hairspray is a movie from 1988. No, there's nobody with a name that has alter in it at all. Oh! Oh! I knew it, too. Like, the lead in Hairspray is just H. And something that changes alters. Get it? Alright. Well, still. I got the whole thing right, even if I couldn't explain why for a moment. And it's been a very pleasant, like, it's just nice to get one right. I've been working on getting better at cryptics for a little over a year, I think. I think I started June of pandemic season. And I don't know how many I've done, but as you can see, I've gone through like 4 years of cryptics. And this is like my third or maybe fourth one complete, so I'm very happy with that. We're getting there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.